Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's Caribbean Kool-Aid, and today I'm bringing to you a story that's been on my mind for a while. Some of you all know I was deep into fitness back in the day, right? So I came across a lot of bodybuilders when traveling to different fitness shows. I'm talking massive superhero type guys, and for the most part, they're very nice. They're well-mannered guys who focus most of their free time on developing their physiques and competing in bodybuilding competitions. Anyways, back then I used to read and research crime stories like I do now, and I came across this case involving a well-known, successful professional bodybuilder who was accused of murdering his girlfriend and his girlfriend's mother. And isn't it ironic that as I was researching this story, there was a massive update? So stay until the end of the video to hear the latest. Now, let's get into it. St. Kitts, a tiny island in the Caribbean, an absolute paradise, located around 1,300 miles southeast of Miami, Florida, with only a population of about 39,000 in the late 90s. A lot of people knew each other, and so the events that happened on September 30th, 1997 would make waves across the island of St. Kitts and the entire bodybuilding community. Bertil Fox was a 46-year-old professional bodybuilder, an IFBB Pro, Mr. Universe, and Olympia athlete. He was known in bodybuilding as Bertil Bertil. Bertil was born on St. Kitts, but was raised in London, England. He took up bodybuilding at an early age and would take the stage by storm as he won every contest he entered before turning pro. It's been reported that in 1981, Mr. Joe Weider, who was the co-founder of the International Federation of Bodybuilding, sponsored Bertil's move to the United States. He competed in the IFBB for many years, making his way to the top stage in the bodybuilding world, the Olympia, where he made top 5. After competing for about 10 years as a professional, he retired and he moved to St. Kitts. He wanted to open a gym on the island, and he was engaged to a young lady who was a 20-year-old beauty queen by the name of Leyoca Browne. According to friends and family, the relationship was rocky, and Bertil's girlfriend Leyoca was moving on and she was starting a new relationship. Some even said that Leyoca's mother, Violet, didn't get along too well with Bertil, and she wanted Leyoca to leave him. In 1997, at some point during the relationship, Bertil went on a trip overseas to England. Now, there are two accounts of what happened upon the return of Bertil from England back to St. Kitts. According to the defense, Bertil returned from an overseas trip when he discovered that his gun and his pouch were missing. He went to retrieve them from his fiancée, who was at her mother's place of business. His fiancée greeted him friendly, but her mother instead appeared in a hostile manner, with his gun in her hand in the air. And on retrieving his gun from her, a struggle ensued, and the gun went off once, injuring his fiancée. A further struggle ensued again. The gun went off a second time, injuring the mother. He panicked, ran out of the shop, went to his friend Edmund's house and told him Leyoca and Violet Browne had been shot. He handed over the gun to Edmund. His defense was always that when the gun went off, it did so in the hands of Violet Browne. That was version number 1 of what happened. Version number 2, and according to the prosecution, Bertil himself shot both Leyoca and Violet purposely at Violet's dress shop. His first trial ended in a hung jury, split 5-4 for acquittal, but after much outrage from the public, he was retried. He was eventually found guilty and convicted in May of 1998 for the double murder of his fiancée Leyoca and her mother Violet. Originally, he was sentenced to death, but in 2002, he was resentenced to 2 life sentences. During the sentencing hearing, a psychiatrist by the name of Dr. Tamlin reported that Bertil had been a long-time user of performance enhancement drugs. According to Dr. Tamlin's report, when these are used over a prolonged period of time, it can have psychological effects. such as changes in mood, lack of judgment, mood swings. The user can become suspicious and aggressive, violent, hostile, antisocial. Behavior known as road rage resulting in property damage, self-injury, assaults, marriage, breakups, and even murder. Berto is very critical of what he perceives as the unfair reportage that he and his trial received. Stories frequently reference roid rage, and he was not okay with that, which he explained in a letter he wrote to a magazine while he was in jail. Fast forward 25 years later, as I was researching this story, there was breaking news that Berto Fox has been released from jail. That's the update. He's been released. He was pardoned by the governor of St. Kitts after serving 25 years. He's now a free man. Now, I've read so many comments on social media regarding his release, listened to other creators speak on this, and I have so many mixed feelings and emotions when it comes to his release and whether or not he's truly guilty of what he was accused of. And because it has now been so many years since this happened, it's so difficult to find a lot of information, and it makes it even more difficult to come to my own conclusion on what I think could have happened. Only Mr. Bertil Fox knows what really happened in that dress shop in that beautiful tropical paradise of St. Kitts. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button on the way out. And if you're not already a subscriber, please do so. Thank you all so much. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay blessed.